Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which means peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Hi, my name is Veronica Rollins, and welcome to my channel, Islamic Lifestyles, where I coach new Muslims, converts, reverts, shahadas, how to become practicing Muslims. Story of how I became a practicing Muslim. I've watched many revert stories, and one such story was on the Wandering Quinn's channel, where she describes how she became Muslim in 2020. Well, my story is much, much longer than that. It actually occurred over many, many years. I was exposed to Islam when I was about 16 years old. My older brother came back from New York as a Nation of Islam Muslim. And so during his time here, when he returned, we as a family had many, many conversations about religion. And I listened and absorbed a lot during that time. So when he decided to fast for Ramadan, I, as a younger sister, of course, wanted to keep up with my older brother, and so I fasted along with him. And I remember we would play tennis late into the evening and then return home like around 9:30, and we were then able to break the fast. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy, but I felt such a sense of accomplishment and dedication to something that was bigger than me. And so it really felt good to fast. So fast forward, I went to college and I decided to take a class on religion. And we learned about most of the major religions and some minor religions, one of them being Islam. And it was after I took that course that I decided that, yes, I think this religion is a religion for me. And so I began exploring it and, learning a little bit about this and reading about that, but never fully immersing myself in the religion. When I got married, my husband and I decided that, yes, we would become Muslims and practice Islam. So we started attending lectures, at the Nation of Islam and learning more again. My story is one of valleys, peaks, and plateaus. So we were in and out. We were also attending our respective Christian churches on occasion, and we would go back and forth. And we eventually moved to St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. And in St. Croix, there wasn't a large Muslim community. We did meet a gentleman that was a member of the Nation of Islam and began to attend his lectures. We also attended a mosque in St. Croix, a small mosque. Unfortunately, most of the members were Arabic speaking, so it was very difficult for us to immerse ourselves in the community. And so again, it was on and off, not really quite embracing the religion. I eventually moved to St. Thomas, where I began attending another small mosque on that island, and I was embraced by a community of women, several of which were English speakers, and they really helped me begin to understand the religion and begin to practice the religion better than I had been in the past. I received clothes that they donated to me to come to prayer, the Jummah prayer on Friday. They gave me another Qur'an and invited me to the Ramadan dinners that they had every evening at the mosque. And I just began to really climb that peak again. It was a great, opportunity for me to learn a lot from them and from the imam at the time. And so over the course of about 5 years, during the time in which I lived in St. Thomas, I was reading the Qur'an, and I remember reading a passage which is sometimes referred to as the nature surah. It was Surah 13, verse or ayah 3, which is basically chapter 13, verse 3. And it talked about, it described how Allah created the earth to be fertile and abundant. And I started looking at things like trees and the number of leaves on trees and the ocean and the amount of water in the ocean. I even contemplated over grass and the number of blades that were, in a lawn. It was as if there had been a film over my eyes, and all of a sudden it was wiped off. And I saw clearly, how Allah provides so much for us and how everything is so abundant and beautiful. And that was really a turning point for me in terms of understanding some aspect of the Quran and the information that was contained in it. So I continued to read the Quran. I continued to attend the Jummah prayers and really grow during that time on St. Thomas. And in about the 4th year into living on St. Thomas, I decided it was time for me to wear the hijab. And I remember trying on hijabs for about a week. Different colors, different styles. I was wrapping it different ways. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of how to wear a hijab. And so I decided the next day I was actually going to go into work wearing a hijab. And so I got up the next morning and I picked out my outfit and I put the hijab on, and I was really nervous, but I went to work and I really felt good about myself. I didn't really feel any kind of way about it because I wasn't looking in the mirror all day. However, the people that saw me at work were just like floored. They couldn't believe it. They were asking me questions like, am I an Arab? Am I a nun? They, I guess really didn't believe I was a Muslim, even though they knew I was a Muslim. Wearing the hijab just changed everything. But I went home that evening and I felt really good about it. I felt great. I felt like a new person. So that was a commitment that I decided to make, and it didn't occur quickly. It was over time that I came to that decision. I first started out by wearing long pants, and I first started out by wearing long pants, and so I would mix the skirts, the short skirts in with long pants until eventually I worked my way out of the skirts and into just long pants. And then I started wearing long sleeve shirts, more baggier, shirts, so they were not so tight. And that's when I decided that I was going to go ahead and wear the hijab and complete my wardrobe. It was a gradual process, and it was a bit challenging because I did blend in new things into my wardrobe and take other things out, but it was over the course of time. So I felt it was the best way to change my whole wardrobe. So after living on St. Thomas for about 5 years, I decided to return to the States. And fortunately, I moved into a community that had a mosque, and the women there just embraced me and invited me to dawah groups and interfaith sessions, and to participate in Ramadan and iftars, and I just felt very welcome, and I again started climbing in knowledge. The imam that we had at the time would spend time with the women and teach us the Qur'an and also the Sunnah, and so I really climbed that hill again and began to learn more, become more engaged in the religion. But this was not a short journey. This was a journey over about 30 years. And so, although it took me 30 years, the purpose of my channel is to help you to reach the point where I feel I'm at now in less than 30 years. So I like to provide resources and, help people that, recently taken their Shahada, that may not have family or friends that are Muslim, or may not be part of a, Muslim community or an active Muslim community. I'd like to help guide you in this journey, because it's a beautiful journey. I've enjoyed it tremendously. But I don't think it has to take that long to really immerse yourself in the religion and reap the benefits of, being a practicing Muslim. So I will wrap it up there with my story, but I hope to post a lot of videos on aspects of the religion, how to pray, how to do wudu, which is purification, and many other topics, whatever you're interested in knowing about. So again, welcome to my channel. I hope you subscribe and turn on your notifications and like this video. Assalamu alaikum.